Let's open it up with a joke. As I told you, this is a joke. Let's please laugh, right? So once there was a church and there is a preacher, and one guy in the audience was sleeping. And during the sermon, this preacher was saying, whoever wants to go to heaven, come on, get up. They all got up. This one guy was sleeping. And after that he said, whoever wants to go to hell, stand up. Suddenly he woke up and he stood up and said, whatever you are voting, +1, because the preacher is also standing. Today, let that not happen, right? I'll try my best to keep you awake. Let's see what happens. Okay, awesome. This whole month, we have been seeing a series. And what is the series? This series is an amazing series. And let me implore you, please do, if you have missed any messages, go back and watch in the YouTube channel. This is a life-changing series, for sure. And I've listed down all the topics that we have covered so far. It has been a great blessing. And God is doing an amazing miracle in our lives. Yesterday, we were in men's group. There as well, the topic was transformed men. This whole month is all about transformed mind. It is an amazing opportunity for us. God is calling us for something great. And it ties right into this year's promise, which is increase. Right? Excellent. Let's talk about this. Transforming of our mind. That is the topic today, right? Even the full month. First week we saw by renewing of our mind. Second week we saw by overcoming fear. Third week we saw how do we imitate mind of Christ. Fourth week, which is last week, we saw by meditating right. Excellent, excellent. This is beautiful. So let's see what maybe in the, when I was reflecting on it, what is transformation? Let's understand the basics of it. As this is the last week of that particular series, let's understand what is this transformation. So when we look at the original word for transformation, it comes from transformatio, which is change of form. You would have learned this in biology and other classes. Metamorphosis. Sounds familiar? You would have already heard about this. Metamorphosis is the word, and usually they give one example for that. Look at that picture. From the larva to the beautiful butterfly, there is a transformation happening. Usually they give in our biology classes metamorphosis example like this. End of the day, what is happening? It is from A to B, from one form to the other form, a complete transformation. Look at the picture here. When it started, not the previous one. My slide operator is so too quick today. Awesome. Thank you, Tenmuli, for doing that. Look at this larva, right? The shape and the form of it is completely opposite to the beautiful butterfly that came outside, right? It's complete transformation. That is the kind of process we are talking about when it comes to transformation. Let me share a joke with you. So, once there was a woman, this is a joke, not real. So don't take it to heart. Once there was a woman, and she met with an accident, and she went to heaven. And God basically asked, saying, you are supposed to be dead in 108 years. How did you come so early? So young you're here. Something happened, let me send you back. So she came back again, alive. This is a joke, don't take it seriously. When she came back, she became so happy. She immediately went to the doctor and did complete plastic surgery, full makeover. Face is changed, body is changed, everything is changed. She looks completely new. She came to the road, another lorry hit her. She again went to heaven. Then God said, oh, is it you? I didn't know. You completely transformed. That's why you came back. That was a joke. The joke ended. Anyway, that didn't fly. Awesome. When we look at the whole process, does it happen sudden? Does it happen sudden? Does it happen sudden? Look at the transformation. Many YouTube videos, many places you would see, right? There will be a person standing like this. And after a few months, they'll show like this, right? Have you seen that? The body transformation. Does it happen in one day? Does it happen in 1 week? I've tried that. right? Go to gym to lift some weights, immediately come and see nothing happens. But this full process happens in a process. It takes time. It's a step-by-step process. So when you think about transformation, we have to be aware that it's not going to happen in one day. It's going to be a process. Understood? Okay, great. We understood what is transformation. We also saw that it is a process. Great. Let's look at the key verse for the whole month. The whole month we have been talking about this verse, and by now you'll be very familiar with it. But I want to take you here to these verses and highlight certain things which are very important. Who wrote this whole thing? It is Paul, right? The whole thing, this particular word, Romans, is written by Paul. Great. And Paul, do you know, he had his own transformation journey. You're aware of this, right? But he wrote 13 books of the Bible. He is a great disciple of God. When he says something, it should mean something, is what I think. Look at this. It has few words in it. I want to draw your attention. It has few words which I've highlighted in green color. Those are all telling you certain meaning. The first one that I highlighted is urge you. It's not saying, hey, can you try? Do you want to try? No, it says, I urge you. There is an urgency there. The author, Paul, is saying, I urge you. Okay, what is he urging? He's talking about true and proper worship. Oh, great. So he's talking about something authentic. He's also saying, don't do certain things. And he says, do certain things. And he also says, you can test and approve that process. Oh, okay. So he's basically talking about a lot of important things. And the whole thing sounds very authentic. It sounds very important. It sounds instruction-based. And it also says it has consequences. Right? So it sounds very, very important. Okay, great. I've not gone through the full verse of it because we already have gone through this. Yes, it is talking about transformation of mind. Great. It sounds very, very important. Awesome. It looks like a great process. Very good. I'm comfortable, sir. Sorry. Why should I be transformed? I'm happy. I have 2 cars, 1 house, 2 kids. Amazing job. Monthly everything is coming. Nice food. Immediately after the service, I'll go to some hotel, eat, and then have my life. Why I should be transformed? I'm already happy. Very, very simple life. Why should I even care about all this? Many of us may be thinking like this. But here is an important thing. It says, do not be conformed to this world. That is the main important thing. Okay, what's the problem if I'm conformed to this world? What's the problem? Let's look at it. If we are conformed to this world, who does this world belong to? The world belongs to the enemy. The world belongs to Satan. We are not of this world. If we are conformed to this enemy, then we are imitating the enemy, his lifestyle, his directions. He is going to rule us. Is that what we are created for? Look at this. His values and his thoughts will be our thoughts. Is that why we are here? The worldly thinking is superficial. The worldly thinking is temporary. It is harmful. But on the other hand, look what God has offered for us in the key words. God offers good, pleasing, and perfect will of God. Why would we miss that if we are conformed to this world? Why would we miss this amazing God who has the good and the perfect will for us? Why would we miss that? Okay, you may argue with me saying, Pradeep, that's all great. Let me go with this world's way. I know somebody who did that. Pop stars, millionaires, wealthy people, really wealthy people, sports stars. I also know one guy called Pradeep. All of these people went behind this world. The world's pleasures, they went. Do you know where they landed? Do you know where they landed? They had all the world's money, they have all the world's fame, and they had everything in this world. And even Pradeep was happy, and he was enjoying like crazy. Do you know where it led him? Suicide. Do you want me to give a huge list of all millionaires and pop stars and musicians and sports stars who had all the money in this world, all the fame in this world, but they ended their life? Overdose, suicide. This Pradeep, who is standing in front of you, he was thinking he had everything. He went behind this world. I was on the way to suicide. My God saved me, and I'm standing in front of you. If I had conformed and continued towards this world, there is no Pradeep. Just like those pop stars. I didn't give this list of pop stars and all these great people who ended their life here because the slides will not fit. If you want, you go ahead and Google. The list is huge. Great minds. Great minds. People who came up with huge scientific formulas. It is not working. Conform to this world is not working. It is not the right way for you or me. Okay, transformation of mind makes sense to me. I know that it is risky. I know this Pradeep who is standing there, once upon tried to end his life, but now he is saying this. The world is full of examples that it is not going in the right direction. You want to know more? Send your children to middle school. Send your children to high school. Look what happens to their mind. That is where the world is going. They are confused what is true. Even us, open your Facebook or anything for 5 minutes, you are now confused. What is going on? Okay, makes sense. Are there any models? Oh, here are some nice models for you. Saul became Paul. Beautiful transformation. Jacob, you know what is the meaning of Jacob? Deceiver. He deceived his own brother. He became Israel. Even Israel is now a country. Joseph, he was a dreamer. From dreamer, he became a ruler. Great transformation. He was put in jail. Did we cover this already? Yes. There is a YouTube. Go to YouTube, Jeevan Church channel. And February month of 2022, we have covered this character. The message is still there. Go check it out. See? Marketing for YouTube channel. Excellent. Great. Is there a process here? We saw some people. We knew it is important. We knew it is going in the wrong direction. Great. Is there a process here? I'm going to take that example of that guy who was standing like this and then later became like this. That physical transformation example I'm going to take those learnings and apply on the mental transformation, the spiritual transformation we are looking for. Okay, why would you do that, Pradeep? Because I could see people who are having this need for them to get in shape. They go to those programs, they go to those experts, and they become fit and fine. I've seen that. So I talked to a bunch of physical experts. I talked to my own doctor. My doctor is an amazing guy. I'll talk to you about him. He'll start explaining everything he'll start explaining. So I talked to them, saying, what is this physical transformation process? How does it work? Let me share some examples with you. And we are going to apply that with Paul's life and see if there is any learning for us. Okay, in the physical transformation journey, what they usually do, when you go there and say, hey, physical transformation, I want, immediately say, what is your goal, sir? Do you want to reduce weight? Or do you want to gain muscles? Or you want to become fit? What is your goal, sir? That's the first question they'll ask you, right? When you go there. Look at in the spiritual transformation, Paul had clear goals. Here as well, in your spiritual transformation, you need to have clear goals. Okay? What is Paul's goal? Look at Romans 15:15. Here he clearly says, yet I have written you quite boldly on some points to remind you of them again, because of the grace of God gave me to be a minister of Christ Jesus to the Gentiles. Again, he also says, he gave me the priestly duty of proclaiming the gospel of God. Paul is very, very clear about his goal. In our spiritual transformation journey, just like how you go to the gym or the trainers and ask them, they'll say, what is your goal, sir? Every Christian here has a goal. What is it? In the next slide, you will see that Paul had very clear goals. Similarly, what about us? Yesterday, we covered that in the men's group. Why am I saying that? Wives, go home and ask your men, what was covered yesterday? Seems like some amazing lessons were there. It is about transformation. And Michael, it's a great word, a timely word for all men. Please don't miss men's group. Again, marketing. But it was a very nice time that we spent, and the crux of it is God is calling us for a love which is at a different level, a deeper love. For that, I gave an example and asked all the men to act surprised when I say that now. This is when we were in the initial days between myself and my wife. We were not married yet, and I'm in heavily love with her, even today. Okay, even today. At that time, what happened is, if my friends call me, for example, if I'm slightly feverish or I'm busy or whatever it is, if my friends call me, I'll say, my fever is really bad. I will not do it. I'm sorry, I cannot join you. You guys go ahead. This is what I usually do. But one day, I'm having 100-degree fever. I'm staying alone in a room with some friends. Even on that day when I was on leave to office, I took my bike. I'm shivering actually, but I put my coat and went in the lunchtime and met her for 5 minutes and came. Why? When love is there, underline, when love is there, you don't care about fever. You don't care about time. You don't care about that muscle ache, this and that. You don't care about schedule. You don't care about anything. Our only goal will be, I have to spend time with this person. That person is important. Being with them is very, very happy, right? That's how we feel. That is the love God is calling us. That is the level of love. He wants us to fall in love crazy with Him. That is why we are here. We glorify, great. We need to have a relationship with Him, great. We have to worship Him, great. But what is He calling us? He's calling us for crazily falling in love with Him. Just like that shivering coat and the bike, how I met my wife, right? We have a great commission. And our God has clearly given us goals. So every Christian here has a commission. Every Christian has a goal. Love God crazily. Okay, so Paul had a goal. We have a goal. Excellent. So goals are clear. In our transformation journey, goals are set for all of us. Excellent. Just like Paul, we are also very clear about our goal. What next? Lifestyle change. If you ask those experts who help you in the body transformation, gaining muscles, lessening weight, whatever it is, they will tell you lifestyle changes. And the first one they will say is nutrition. Nutritious food. Have some nutritious food. Don't eat here and there. Don't eat this unhealthy stuff, is what they will say. People who are building muscles, people who are building body, they will not eat all junk food. Have you seen that? Even here in this group, I know someone. During the snack time, if you ask that person, go and eat something, he will not eat. I'm not going to say the name. I only say that he wears a check shirt and he sits on the left side. Nutritious food. That is what they will tell you when you think about physical transformation. Now look at this. Look at the spiritual transformation. Matthew 4:4, man shall not live on bread alone, but on every word that comes from the mouth of God. Look at Paul. Paul clearly knows where to get nutritious spiritual food. He exactly knows which shop has beautiful spiritual food. Look at his verse. Galatians 1:11 says, for I would have you know, brothers, that the gospel was preached by me. It's not man's gospel. It came from God. He knows where to get the gospel. He knows where to get the right information. He knows where to get the right spiritual food. If you want, you can go home and read 1 Corinthians 3, 1 to 3. He mentions about something called baby food to those church members. Did you know what he said? He said, how long will you be eating baby food? Come on, grow up. What is he talking about? We have to grow in our nutrition, is what he's talking about. He's talking about spiritual nutrition. Okay, let's go to that. Paul knew exactly what is spiritual nutrition, where to get it. What is our source? YouTube channel. No reading Bible. Morning, open on YouTube channel. Somebody will do meditation, somebody will think about it, and they will give you a small pre-processed food. Take it, eat it, go. Don't tell me you don't do it. Who will open Bible? Who will spend time reading it? Half of it I will not understand. Why would I do it? Open on YouTube channel. That person will say everything. Listen it, go. Pre-processed food. Pre-processed food is good for your health? Pre-processed food is good for your health? You have to eat. You have to process it. You have to digest it. How do we do it? Still baby food. Either eat baby food or pre-processed food. Nowadays, everywhere YouTube channel. Anybody YouTube channel, everybody is talking about God's word. Which is the right word? Which is the wrong word? Who is saying the right thing? We don't know. Just take somebody's food and it's like, have you seen the small baby birds, and then the parent bird will fly in and then it will open its mouth and then give all the food? The baby food will just swallow it, that's it. No need of chewing, no need of anything. Mummy will do all the job and then it will just put it in the mouth. That is what we are doing in YouTube channels. Somebody is doing meditation. Somebody is already preparing that for you. In the morning, you just open it and, oh, this is the meaning. Okay, thank you. Go. Where will be the spiritual nutrition for us? My grandma always says, chew and eat. While you're eating, chew and eat. Why does he say that? You have to get the nutrition out of the food. Nowadays, no chewing. There is no time for Bible at all. Where chewing? Where studying the Bible? Where is it meditating? That is what we saw last week message. Meditate on the word. You have to spend time to meditate on the word. You cannot be taking somebody's YouTube channel, somebody's processed food, and think that that is nutrition. No. God wants to speak to you. He has a message for you. He has a purpose for you. He wants you to grow, which means you need to spend time at his feet. You need to get nutrition from him, not from some store, not from some YouTube channel, not from some book. Nutrition has to come from him. So take time and eat. Do not be in a hurry. Doesn't work. Okay, Paul knew this. Great. Okay, I have goals very clear. I have nutrition very clear. What next? Lifestyle change. What is it? Exercise. Exercise. Consistently exercise. So, long ago, 2001 range, I immediately got a job after my studies, but it's a very small company. And around 2001 range, they suddenly called all of us and said, hey, there is some recession going on in US. All our projects are cancelled. Your job is over. We'll give you 3 months salary. Everybody get out. I was shocked. I'm fresh out of college. I'm having a job now. And I was thinking I'm flying above the clouds. I have the whole world in my hand. All of a sudden they are saying some country has recession due to which you don't have a job. I'm like, what is happening? Okay, why to depend on others? Let's start entrepreneurship. Let's do our own thing. And I did few things, which I don't want to tell you now. Maybe in a different situation I'll say, but I'll give you one example. Among the many things I did, one of them I did was a powder. If you eat it, you'll become slim. And I was a salesman for it. And all my customers were aunties. And every time I go to all the Saidapet and every place in Chennai and sell that to these aunties, right? you should look at the uncle's faces because it's a costly powder. Every box is costly. I don't want to give the name of it, but by now you'll know. So the aunties will call and say, hey, I want the next box. But the uncles who are giving the money, right? Next time you will get me. I'll get you someday, you fraud fellow. Here's the problem. Those aunties don't know that you have to eat only that powder. They'll eat main food and the powder as well. And no result. One day, I was in Vallur Kotam. There's a place called Vallur Kotam in Chennai. And I'm having a samosa. I have my bike and standing there. Opposite side of the road, one uncle who really told me that one day I'll get you, he is standing on the other side. Suddenly he was calling me like in a loud voice. I was like half samosa and I'm looking at him. My heart came out and it was pumping. By the time my dad got me an amazing bike, the beauty of that bike is when you want, it will not start. Exactly at the signal, it will stop. I was thinking about some Pulsar or something like that. My dad, he bought this bike, which only uncles will drive, and he drove that and gave it to me. I had no other choice, I have to ride it. This bike is not starting. This uncle is coming full speed, U-turn. Right when he came, it started, and he chased me. And he finally caught me in the next signal. I thought my life is over. That's when he said, Auntie needs another dabba. Many times we feel nutrition comes from some box or some YouTube channel without any exercise. Just eat it. Shortcut. Look at this. Exercise. Consistent exercise. If you go to any body transformation folks and tell them I want to gain muscle or I want to lose weight or I want to be fit, they'll say, dude, daily do your exercise. You have to be consistent. You cannot just do one day and then go in front of the mirror and do like this and next day you don't get it. No, you have to do it consistently. Look at that. Consistency is very, very important in the physical transformation. How about spiritual transformation? Consistency is needed. Look at what he's saying. Acts 23:1, Paul looked straight at the sun. What is this Sanhedrin? It is the highest court on the Jewish system. And he's looking right at their face and saying, what? Look at this. Said, my brothers, I have fulfilled my duty to God in all good conscience to this day. Every single day you take your records and check, I have been faithful. I have been faithful in my duty. Consistency. Paul underlines consistency. How is our spiritual transformation journey? Is it consistent? I have a few more examples for you there. Look at this. Paul exercised consistency. In his words, we can learn that. How about us? 1 day family prayer, 4 days leave. No personal time for prayer. No personal Bible reading. No meditation time and all. It's like on the fly, hello God, how are you? When there's problem, oh God, help me. Do fasting, everything. When everything is going well, hi God, how are you? Be there, I'll come later. No. Consistency. Look at the statistics on the right side. 50% of all gym memberships quit within 6 months. It's only gym membership. Even prayer is happening like that. Many houses, there are no family prayer. Many people, there are no personal prayers. There is no meditation of the word. Then how will there be physical or any transformation? There will be no transformation. When ups and downs are there in our spiritual life, that's not going to work. Do you want results in your transformed mind? You want your mind to be transformed like Paul? You know where Paul was sitting? The first mention of Paul, his name was Saul. Do you know where he was sitting? People were throwing stones at God's child and they were killing. And this guy was holding everybody's dress. And he witnessed this. And the word says he approved it. Look at the journey from where Paul started and finally where he ended. Beautiful transformation. Do you want that? Do you want that spiritual transformation? then there should be consistency in your prayer life, consistency in your meditation, consistency in studying God's word. There should be a zeal. The love that we talked about yesterday in men's group, that ultimate love, fall in love with God and His word. That is what He's calling for. Okay? Okay, I have goals. I know where spiritual food is available, good spiritual nutrition. I know that I have to do exercise daily, which means consistency in my prayer life, consistency in my spiritual life. Okay, what next? Lifestyle change. Sleep. Take some rest. Take some breaks. What does it mean? Look at this. In the spiritual transformation, even in the physical transformation, the trainers will tell you, hey, take some rest, sleep on time, get up on time. They'll tell you that. Same thing goes here. Withdraw from busyness. Look at what Jesus did. Jesus was very, very busy. In his busy schedule, do you know what he did? Matthew 14:23. He went up to the mountainside by himself to pray. You should have your own connect time. Especially mummies. Especially mummies and ladies of the church. I know how it's going. You guys have no time at all. I have seen kids stand outside the bathroom door and say, what should I eat? They won't let you even go to the bathroom freely. Whatever I say may be funny, but you see this, in real life this is happening. The wives or the husbands at home, there is no time at all. Life is very, very busy. Even if you find a small slot, it is somehow getting filled. It's enemy's work. But see, what is Jesus doing? Even in his busy schedule, he withdraws himself and he has time to pray and connect with God. That kind of withdrawal time, a little bit of break should be needed. If you ask people who are building muscles, they'll tell you, you cannot be like 24 hours doing weights. No, you have to give leg day, then chest day. Like this, you have to give some time. There is a rest for everything. Great. Paul did the same. I've given you examples here. But look at this. How is our life here? Jesus and Paul knew exactly when to withdraw. They needed time for themselves here and there in their transformation journey. But look at us. Just like that picture. If the suitcase is a little bit, sit on it and push some more inside. That's our days. That is exactly how our day is. No margin. Imagine you have exam paper and from left, the top corner to the end, if you write, where will the teacher put marks? Where will the teacher put any remarks? He put some margin on the right side or left side, right? Like that, leave some margin in life. Let God say something to you. Give some time to God. That's when he... Imagine you write a full page. Where will the teacher write any comments? Give some margin in life. Don't be busy. You may be like, Pradeep, you're not the right person to say that. My wife will say that. I'm working on my transformation. No rest. No reflection time. No gratitude book. Do you have a gratitude book at home? If you start writing, by now your gratitude book will be over. I'm challenging you. We tried it. The book is filling fast. God is doing amazing things. Only if you sit and think about what did God do today as a gratitude for me. The books are filling fast. But if you don't have any time for reflection, you cannot have a transformed journey. Learn to say no. Have some margin in the paper so that God can write something. Okay. Goals are very clear. Nutrition, we know where to get. Spiritual food. We know we have to exercise consistently. Super. We have to take some reflection time and rest and gratitude. Excellent. Oh, here comes the interesting thing. You have to do some fat checking. Body fat checking you have to do, right? If you are into bodybuilding or fitness or muscle building, whatever it is, you have to check your fat. People call it BMI, whatever name it may be. But there is a fat check you need to do. Physical transformation will ask. It's a very, very important thing here to note. Look at the spiritual transformation side. There is faith and action And look at Romans 3:28, it says, justified by faith apart from the works of law. James 2:26 is beautifully saying it. Faith without action is dead. Oh, okay. So during your spiritual transformation journey, do some faith and action test. I call it the fat test. How is your fat? Faith and action test. Are you only having faith and no action? Oh, then it is bad fat. You know fat has good fat and bad fat? So faith and action has to be together, then it is good fat. If you have only faith, no action, bad fat. If you have only action, no faith, bad fat. You have to do your fat checks. Daily fat checks are needed. In your transformation journey, daily fat checks are needed. And Paul exactly knew faith and action should be together. Okay, I have my goals, I have my nutrition, I have my exercise, I have my rest, gratitude. I also have my fat in control. I have good fat, excellent. And if you exercise, you get good fat. Do you know that? Great. You have to have some patience. It doesn't happen one day. You have to have some patience. Patience is the process. You cannot live one day. Like I had a roommate. You know what this guy does? He wanted to impress girls. This is very, very long ago. So he'll do some weights daily. Come and say, Pradeep, press here, press here. Come on, press here. Do you see something? Do you see something? There will be nothing. That is what we do. There is no patience. We pray half an hour before, and after half an hour, we want God to do miracles. All transformation should happen. There is no waiting at his time, waiting at his feet, nothing. Spiritual transformation, patience. 2 Timothy 3:10-11. You, however, know all about my teaching, my way of life, my purpose, faith, patience, love, endurance. And look at the last one, he says, the persecutions that I endured. Paul exactly knows it's not a one-day thing. He exactly knows there is patience needed in this process. You have to give in to God's timing. Do you want transformed mind? Oh, sorry. You cannot get it in half an hour. You cannot get it in one day. You have to have patience. You have to work through the process. Okay, Paul knew that it is important. And how about us? We want everything now. It's called the entitlement mentality. I will not do anything, but everything should come to me. Wait for God's time. Okay, I have goals, I have nutrition, everything I have. I even have patience. What next? You have to measure. There is some measurement needed. How do people measure in this, in the health system? They call something called waist circumference. My doctor, right, usually he spends 2 hours for me. Anything, he will immediately take one book and start explaining. The most important thing that he always says is, Pradeep, always keep an eye on your waist circumference. He says, every inch increase in your waist circumference has 10 times increase in the risk of diabetes or heart problem or some other bigger problem. Every inch increase. Okay. They also talk about ECG to check if somebody's heart is working or not. BMI, okay, great. That's all happening in the physical transformation world. How about in the spiritual transformation world? How is your intake versus give? Are we coming every Sunday? Full meals in the church? Go. No sharing of gospel. No helping anyone. No sharing of the good news. Only intake. What happens? This becomes free. Do we want that? Just like our body, if our waist circumference has risk of many problems, your intake versus give should be appropriate. Many of us, men's group, women's group, that group, this group, YouTube channel, Sunday message, full meals, biryani, everything, eat. No spending the energy, no giving to anyone. Have you shared the gospel to anyone? Have you said a kind word? Have you said Jesus loves you? Did we even care about others and pray for them? How is your intake versus give? If you love, if you are falling in love with Jesus, you will always be a giver. Your attitude will be giving, because He gave everything. If you are in crazy love with Jesus, you will be giving. You'll be thinking about, how do I give my time for Jesus? How do I give my money for Jesus? How do I give my prayer time for Jesus? Everything will be give, give, give. That is the attitude you'll get. That will take care of your wise circumstance. Right? I've given you a few verses here for your reference. Okay, here comes the important part. How about us? You see that? That is called ECG Christian. I found it. Easter, Christmas, Good Friday Christian. That is called ECG Christian. Many people, you will not know that this guy is Christian at all, but you will see him only on Easter, Christmas, Good Friday. He is a ECG Christian. Have you seen, if somebody is like in coma in their bed, if you want to know if this guy is alive or not, what do? ECG. If you want to know this guy is Christian or not, ECG. Only those 3 days you will see this guy. Dead state. Don't be an ECG Christian. Many people will be astonished, saying, "Oh, you are Christian? I didn't know." Because this guy comes only in 3 days. Have you know them? I know you're smiling. You know people. Maybe you're also trying to be one. Don't be ECG Christian. Serving and sharing is very, very important. Do your fact checks. Your faith and action, is it appropriate? Okay, I have everything, but I'm afraid, sir. Sorry. This looks very scary. Too much of things. It's very scary. Do I have to do this alone? Is there any help? Many people stop going to gym because they don't know what to do. If you go into a gym, right, one guy pulling something, one guy lifting something, you'll be like overwhelmed. Oh, what is happening? I don't know what to do. Where do I start? Right? Don't do it alone. You don't have to do it alone. You have a gym. Just like in your physical transformation journey, you have a gym, you have a trainer, you have a mentor. Look at the spiritual transformation journey. God is your trainer. God is your support. Acts 18:9. One night the Lord spoke to Paul in a vision. Do not be afraid. Keep on speaking. Do not be silent, for I am with you. Look at this God. He is always with you. Don't be worried about this transformation journey in your mind. He will help you in every step. How about us? Isaiah 41. Fear not, I am with you. For God gave assurance to Paul. He gave the same assurance to us. Do you know that? Isaiah 41:10. Look at your gym. What is gym? God, your mentor. You have a gym. Don't worry. You're not alone in this journey. You have a God who is your mentor. Don't worry at all. He will be with you. Don't be dismayed. I am your God. And look at the second verse, Zechariah 2:8. For whoever touches you touches my apple of my eye. Look at this God. He says, anybody touching you, he touches me. That's the kind of God you have. Super trainer you have. Why do you worry? All of us have a super trainer. All you have to do is just ask. Okay, so let's do. Seems like you have a complete transformation plan. You have nutrition, you have exercise schedule, you have rest schedule, you have your fat checks, waist checks, everything you have. You also know that it has to be patience. Finally, you have a God who is your mentor. You have a gym as well. Do you know this gym has free membership? Free gym instructor you have. Great. What are we waiting for? Go to the gym daily. Go to this God daily. Eat healthy spiritual food. Don't look at some YouTube channel. Open your own Bible and meditate. Take some rest from your work. Leave some margin so that God can write something. Measure your Faith versus act, faith versus action, fat. Have some patience, given to God's timing. Happy transformation of your mind. Please don't be an ECG Christian. Thank you.